Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Options Mentor. Well, this crazy rally continues as we head into the end of the second quarter. A little bit of good news the market thinks on inflation being very low came in this morning. So we're rallying here this Friday afternoon up over 50 points in the SPX. So what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do coming into next week? Let's assess things and see if we can come up with a plan. So let me share my screen here. So we can see that the VIX continues to be low. So what do we know about the market? Well, it's not very worried about anything. It's really complacent. Now, a very complacent market, particularly in the summertime, can be ripe for big moves because often volume is low. People are gone a lot during the summer. It makes volume lower. And guess what? We're coming into this holiday weekend, so to speak. I mean, we are off on Tuesday, but we do have a Monday, an abbreviated session. I believe we close at like 12 or 1 Central Time on Monday. So it'll be an abbreviated session. I expect it to be very low volume, probably not much action, unless there's some kind of big news, which I don't know of any coming, but that's the kind of news that's really the biggest, is when you don't expect it coming. So what can we do about this? Well, I'm going to show you a trade. It's a trade built on another trade. You need to understand both of them for you to do it, but I've gone over both of them. You can go back to my videos and you can see both of these trades, because you would manage them individually, but whenever you put one over the other, what you have is increased theta, increased money coming into your account, and of course, increased risk. But I think you'll agree with me. This is a very nice looking trade. And I'm going to do it today in SPY. Now, you could certainly do it in SPX, but sometimes I like to deal with SPY because it is 1/10 the size for smaller traders, or people maybe want to get a taste of something without a lot of risk that aren't paper trading, or maybe they want to step up from paper trading to trying something small. Well, the SPY is really good for that. So let me show you this trade. So we know volatility is at about 4.5 5-year lows. So what I would do with this coming in Monday, if you can get filled at the mid on these trades Monday, the mid price, I think it's okay, or within a couple pennies of it here on SPY, that would be all right. If they don't want to fill you because volume is so low, you can wait till Wednesday. It's not a big deal. And please don't do this trade unless you're experienced at both of these trades and it makes sense for you and your investment and trading experience, portfolio, all those type of things. All right, so what I would do is I'm going to go out to July the, oops, I'm on VIX. Oh, it was throwing me off. We're going to use SPY, and we're going to go out to July 14th. Now, next Friday would be the 7th, but we're going to go out to a week from that, July 14th. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up the double long diagonal. Now, we've shown this on this channel before. Go back to the videos. And by the way, please like and subscribe on all the videos. I'm really growing here. I'm about ready to hit another threshold. If you could tell whoever you know to subscribe to my channel, please. I think if there's anything to do with trading, they'll get a lot out of it. And share the word so we can continue growing. But here we are at 443.72. So if I was going to do a double long here, let's just see. Well, I'll just go ahead and set it up by double diagonal, double diagonal. This is a double long diagonal. I'll bring it up here so you can see what I'm doing. We're at 443. So I might even buy the 446, sell the 447. That's on the call side. Now, that will be the call component. And this will be selling the 14th and buying, let's see if we can't do any better. Ooh, the 21st. This would be a little bit more expensive than normal. And then also what we're going to do is we're going to, if we're at 443, let's see about buying the 440 put and selling the 439 put. Let's just see what this looks like. So if we see this here, we can see that we are actually sagging too much. This is a very good example here. Now I know I don't really want to do this trade with this particular configuration because I don't want it sagging so low in the center that I'm around here forever if I ever want to get 10%. So what can we do? Well, the way to cure this, of course, is to bring in your sides. So let's bring them both in one. Let's bring in the 441 and 440. Now let's see what this looks like. Now we're talking, right? We have a much better looking trade here. And we are long Vega. We're also long Theta. And we have a pretty decent range. Now, what I want to do with this to increase our Theta burn is once we get our double diagonal on, well, then let's go look at a calendar in the same expiration. So what I do at the calendar is I'm going to center it somewhere around where we're trading, maybe even 443. So, and it could be puts or calls as long as you don't walk on or take out any of the trades, you know, from the all put, no, not the all put, the double long. Now you see what happens to us. We go up in Theta and we also go up in Vega, but we have a nice tall tent and we can easily tolerate like a $5 move in either direction. And what we want to do with this is let's try to get 10% of the amount we have in the trade totally. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I paid $1.10 for the calendar, that's $110 in SPY language, and I paid $247 for the double long. So that's another $250 basically. So we'll have about $360 into this trade if we just did each of them with one contract. So we'd be looking to get like $40 and get out. Now that's per contract. You do this if you did 2 calendars, 2 double longs, you'd be looking for twice that, and so on. Just remember that whenever you're using SPY, once you get up to around 8 or 10 contracts, you might as well use SPX because it would be basically the same size and you'd have less per contract trading fees by doing 1 SPX as opposed to 10 SPY type of thing. So that's what we'll do with this trade. If it does get out in here, maybe halfway between our long diagonal short strike and our break even, or halfway between the long put diagonal strike and a break even. So in here and here, just take off the opposite side of the diagonal and you can stick with the calendar for then and the diagonal side that you have on. But that, I think, is a recipe here for a trade that I think could work for you pretty quickly, because we're not looking, we're just looking to make 10% and maybe just a little over, cover our fees and get out. But this is a way in a low volatility in market to, one, get long Vega and also to boost your Theta a little bit. You could, by the way, even consider doing 2 contracts on the calendar. Now, remember, that calendar is underneath here, and we always want to be aware of that. We could always add a calendar on one side or the other if we needed to widen things out. And we have the double long underneath also. We already talked about if you get way up in here, taking off the opposite side, or way down in here, taking off this opposite side. But anyway, I kind of like this with the 2 contracts. So 2 contracts on the calendar, 1 on the double long. And I would look to try to get into this Monday, but if they don't want to give you a reasonable fill, meaning in the SPY, probably within about 3 cents of the mid price, just wait till Wednesday. There's no rush here. We can put this on Wednesday. And by the way, this is all assuming that the VIX is under 20. All right. If something crazy happens Monday morning and the VIX is over 20, or maybe even if it went up 5 points right off the bat Monday, I'd probably just stand aside and maybe wait till Wednesday, and we'll see what happens from there. Now, as always, if you have questions or comments, I enjoy reading them. I do answer them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to the videos. Tell your friends, and I will talk with you guys all next weekend. Have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy yourself, and I hope you're having some great food wherever you are and enjoying the fireworks here in the U.S. Have a great one. Bye-bye.